So, ladies and gentlemen, after that performance, we now come to the next highlight. And the next highlight is, I would again say, our own Ronnie Screwvala. So, Ronnie, please come up here. I would like to introduce you to the audience, which of course is not really necessary because who does not know Ronnie Screwvala? He's again a Bombay boy. Like Zubin Mehta, he's a Parsi. And like Zubin, he has started basically as a young boy. Actually, he started, if I get it right, from his book, Dreaming with My Eyes Open, just around the corner, right? Somewhere here, around the corner. Grand Road. And you were, in your book, which I really recommend, you were saying how you were observing from your house the road, the happening on the road, the life on the road. And this somehow inspired you. And you very early thought that you have to become an entrepreneur. You have to do it, you have to do things on your own. And when you read his book, you will see that he did all kind of crazy things. He produced toothbrushes, for instance. But then, of course, very early he became a pioneer in selling films. First, cable TV. He was selling it on his scooter. He was driving around like Nana Lilekani.
I was walking. I didn't have a scooter.
He was walking, you know. Like Narayan Murthy and Nana Lilekani were driving around with their scooter with the discs where they had their IT that they programmed. And he was walking around selling cable TV. And over the years, of course, he did so many things that it would take the whole evening to tell you what he really did. But two things, or three things I would like to mention. And one is his passion for sports. And one sport, that's where we worked together very close, was soccer. We tried to get young Indian boys to Germany to train them in soccer with the best of the German soccer clubs. It worked for a while, but then it became so difficult that somehow we had to stop it. And this is something which I think is essential for someone like Ronnie or any other successful entrepreneur. They take risks, even on the risk to fail. And I think this is something which is essential. If you are not prepared to fail, you will not make it. And therefore, I think this is an outstanding example that someone wants to achieve something, takes risks, even on the risk to fail. The other thing that he has achieved extremely successful, where I first thought, what is this? And this is to establish in India the Kabaddi League, something where cricket is everything, and Kabaddi is supposed to be the village sport. One would not have believed that is possible. But the way it came up and this way how successful it is today with TV screenings and reaches that are almost competing with cricket, I think this is something absolutely outstanding. And for me, who is someone who loves sports, but of course is very interested and a fan of soccer, I was always asking him, it's a nice sport, but where's the ball, you know? And so the way he's done that, absolutely outstanding. So I'm so grateful to you, Ronnie, that you're here today.
Thank you.
And you are going to share some of your wisdom with us for the youngsters that are now on the start of their career. And I hope there will be some entrepreneurs there who are prepared to take the same risk that you've been taking and then hopefully be as successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening. I think the parents are getting ignored. You know, a convocation is always a moment of pride. Normally it's done in the daytime, but I think we're in the evening part. But I can see the sense of pride here, and I'd just like to wake the parents up a little bit with a little bit of a cheering. So I want to know whether y'all feel more sense of pride or actually your parents feel more a sense of a pride for seeing you here. So first we're going to hear from each of y'all your sense of pride with one loud cheer. Woo! Now watch your parents do it much better. 1, 2, and 3. Do they win? And the secret is they always win. So keep that in mind, always. But I have to tell you one thing. The real prize and the real special moment for everyone here today are your teachers. You know, I'm supposed to be the chief guest, but I really don't feel like a guest here because there's so much warmth in this room from everyone here. I think it was fascinating what we saw with the Melli Mehta Foundation. Not just the kids and the aspiration and the enthusiasm, but how you blended that, and many of you all got in there and participated in that. So I picked up a few words today, which I think may be relevant for you as you go into your next leg of your life. A young lady actually said, don't waste your time living somebody else's life. And I thought, wow, at this age, if that's a mature thought, it's a very important thought. I think literally, if I had someone to give me mentorship in early days, this would be one of the lines I would definitely like to hear. So this is something you'll have all chosen a path. You've given 18 months of very, very, very hard work. But this is just the beginning. You don't know what real hard work is when you get into the real world. And I can promise you that. It'll be 3x of that and 4x of that. But I think it's very important that you pursue your own dream. You get to be very clear of what you want to do. And a lot of us spend a lot of time trying to live a life that we think others want. Sometimes it's our parents. Sometimes it's our friends. Sometimes it's society. And at the end of the day, you're really, truly happy. And I think if I can talk about my experience, when I've really excelled in what I do, it's when I'm happy doing it. And I think I've been blessed for the most period of my life that everything that I've taken on and done has also been my passion, almost as if it could have been my hobby. So if you can figure out that everything you take is not necessarily a job, what is going to bring you the most happiness? And for that, you have to be non-judgmental. And it's very important that you live exactly the life you want to lead and what gets you happy. Another very important word I picked up today, and those were some of my notes, but I think it just came and it resonates for all of you. And I can tell you in the 21st century, it's very relevant, and that's collaboration. I think many of you all sit down there, and what stands out today is the way you all have worked together as a team, the way you've come together, not just for this function, but the way each of you all have worked together as a team. These are going to be some of your most precious moments that you will have. At the end of a day, for a lot of us, outside of happiness, which is one aspect of our life, the other one is memories. And I think when you look at memories, these are going to be special 18 months for you. So all I can say that, yes, it's a tough world out there. And a lot of people prefer to win by being competitive. And competitive is real. But again, my experience teaches me, most of the times when I've not failed and succeeded, it's been in the collaborative effort. And now today in the 21st century, more than ever, it's not what you can do well, but it's what you can do even better when you've been able to work with the right resources. So take that thought with you also as you go forward. For me, I think if there were two words that I would like to leave with you again, one of them is something that I've spending the better part of my second innings having moved out of media and entertainment, and that's called lifelong learning. I'm a strong believer today that even though you've taken what you've taken in these 18 months, over the next period of the next 10 to 15 years, there'll at least be 2 or 3 opportunities where you will have to, in some form, figuring out what more you want to learn. I don't think professional life, entrepreneurship, or whatever you want to pursue is going to allow you to just look at this as a full stop. Education is no longer an event. It is no longer a situation where you see, this is what I do and this is when I go up. And I think, therefore, lifelong learning is going to be a very, very important part of all of y'all as you all become professionals, as you all become a part of a work life, or as entrepreneurs. And last but not the least, what drives me most is ambition. And I think that's the meter that you all will have to check. What is it that drives you every single day to wake up? And how strong is your ambition? I know many of you all have sacrificed, and this has been a hard 18 months for all of you all. And today is a day to celebrate, but it's also a day to introspect what makes me happy, what makes me proud, what is the life that I'm going to live, what's my ambition, and where am I going from here? I want to congratulate each and every one of you for, congratulations. I'm a little reticent, but I'm using the word. The best I can do today is not necessarily just congratulate you, but wish you the best. Because the congratulations will come in your life as you go forward. I'm a strong believer, and I've lived that life, that all glory is fleeting. And what do I mean by that? It means you need to celebrate in small doses, but the next day is another day, and you've got to pick it up and go forward on that. And that's something that drives me every single day to figure out what I've done today and what I'll do differently tomorrow. I want to wish you all the very, very best. For the parents, it's a very proud moment, and I hope all of you all will celebrate this. Remember, be the team and the collaborativeness that you have shown out here. It's going to pay you rich dividends as you go forward in life. All the best, and thank you.